dictator Donald J. Trump has won. Adolf Trump has won the election, guys. We got a dictator. We got an authoritarian dictator, guys. I can't believe Donald J. Trump, the dictator, just like Adolf Hitler, won. I'm gonna freaking cry. I can't believe Donald J. Trump lost. I'm just kidding. That's what you guys wish. No, the real thing is, like, I don't understand how people can call Donald Trump a dictator or authoritarian or whatever the hell, because Trump believes in the separation of powers, guys. He doesn't want absolute power. Like, that's not what Trump wants. But I see all these liberals and people crying on TikTok and the internet saying, oh, now we got a dictator, this and that. I mean, literally, we're only one day in the Trump winning the election, and Hamas calls for immediate end to war after Trump's election win. Like, guys, I'm not making this up. Like, there's a reason for all this. There's even an article for there's even a video for it. Let's watch it. But yes, guys, Donald J. Trump won the election. I'm really proud of him. America is looking hopeful for the future more than ever. Hit the like and subscribe button if you guys are just joining in. Yes, Donald Trump is trying to end wars. Trump wants to end this war in Israel before he even gets in office. That's his personal goal right now. See, as we can see, we got Trump. Can Trump stop the war in Ukraine? 24 hours.
Donald Trump is set to return to the White House. He will be the first convicted felon to hold office.
Hell yeah!
Assassination attempts.
Is that what makes him a dictator? You could at least give a little bit more reason to why Trump's a dictator. I mean, he believes in separation of powers. He doesn't want absolute power. He just wants to drop the charges that he was wrongfully convicted of. What's wrong with that? They're non-violent charges.
Trump said in his victory speech, he declared, I'm quoting, I'm not going to start a war, I'm going to stop the wars. Sounds fantastic, right? But can that really happen? Can Trump deliver on the promises that he made? Can he end the wars like he promised? You see, while the world was hooked when it comes to tracking the US presidential contest and the numbers, this is what has happened in the war zones. Take a look at the visuals on your screen. That's Ukraine.
This is going to
be
propaganda.
Russia struck various Ukrainian targets while Ukraine on the same day claimed to have...
Well, yeah, Trump isn't even on office yet.
The situation on the battleground remains tense, to say the least, even after almost 3 years of this war. The elections in America, in a way, created a cloud over the news of the war zones. But we are clearing that cloud for you tonight. Here's a reminder of what's been happening in Ukraine. So the question is, what will Trump do? Remember, Trump has claimed he could settle the Ukraine conflict in 24 hours. Imagine that. Ending the Ukraine war in 1 day. That is what he has claimed. He has vowed to stop aid to Kiev. This despite the fact that America is Ukraine's top backer when it comes to funding. So then, will Trump defund Ukraine? Will he use American funding?
Hell yeah, he will. He's going to end all the wars.
President Volodymyr Zelensky. And as far as Zelensky is concerned, he has issued a somewhat pragmatic statement on social media. Zelensky recalled his quote-unquote great meeting with Trump in September and essentially praised the Republican leader's commitment to peace through strength approach in global affairs. Those were the words that he used. I'm quoting now from what he said. We rely
Guys,
on
it's only one day until Trump got into office.
He's
already, Hamas says they want to end the war in Israel. That's what Hamas said one day after Trump gets into office. He's going to try to end the war in Ukraine in 24 hours once he gets in office. But he said he needs to get in office so he can get that power.
2024. This had forced Ukraine to deplete its wartime budget, which basically.
Guys, let me know where you're coming from and who you wanted for president and why.
On the war in Ukraine, Trump is expected to try to force Ukraine and Russia into at least a ceasefire along the current front lines. And this could possibly involve a permanent settlement that would basically mean that Russia will get to keep the territory that it has claimed in the war, including Crimea, which was annexed in 2014. Or Trump can also accept the demands made by Putin to prevent a future Ukrainian NATO membership. Well, that shouldn't be surprising to anyone. We've seen how averse Trump is towards the NATO. And then, will Trump talk to Russian President Vladimir Putin?
Guys, hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know who you guys voted for and why. But listen, we're only one day into Trump becoming president. Hamas wants to end the war in Israel. How crazy is that? What do you guys think? Let me know where you guys are coming from.
Let's talk about the other battleground, the multiple conflicts in West Asia. In fact, take a look at on your screen. That's what Gaza looks like today. The Palestinian death toll, remember, from the ongoing Israeli attacks in Gaza has risen to 43,391. In the past 24 hours itself, Israeli military operations in Gaza killed 17 people, injured 86 others.
That's crazy, guys. What do you think about the war in Israel versus Gaza? Let me know down below. Spam the comments.
In Lebanon, rescuers scoured through the rubble of a destroyed apartment building south of Beirut, searching for bodies or survivors of an Israeli strike that killed at least 20 people. It was not immediately clear if the strike was targeting a member of Hezbollah, with which Israel has been locked in fighting. There was no evacuation warning ahead of the air raid. Over the last year, more than 3,000 people have been killed in Israeli strikes on Lebanon. Remember, the vast majority of them in the past 6 weeks.
Under Biden and Harris, unfortunately. But now they're out of office. Trump will be getting in office. He's going to end all that crap. Guys, hit the like and subscribe button.
Officers and water cannon, the Israeli police have to disperse protesters in Tel Aviv on Tuesday after they blocked highways and lit bonfires in the streets. What were they protesting against? Rather, who? Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's firing of the defense minister Yoav Gallant. Protests broke out in different parts like Nahariya, Haifa, and Jerusalem, close to Netanyahu's residence itself. Gallant and Netanyahu, both in the Likud party, remember, have clashed for months over Israel's war objectives. But on the
guys, Hamas says they want the war to end now that Trump is president. What do you guys think? Where are you guys coming from? Hit the like and subscribe button.
A day later, Netanyahu celebrated Trump's victory in the election. Congratulating Trump, Netanyahu said the former president was set for history's greatest comeback. Does Netanyahu believe he will get Trump's full support? And did that push him to drop his defense minister? In fact, some say that Trump's victory is a relief for Netanyahu's coalition. In the recent months, Netanyahu has clashed with Biden's Democratic administration over the conflicts in Gaza and Lebanon. They have fueled protests worldwide and left Israel increasingly isolated internationally. As with Ukraine, Trump has promised to bring peace to West Asia. He has implied that he would end the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza and the Israel-Hezbollah war in Lebanon, but he has not really said how he intends to do that. That's crucial. He also repeatedly has said that if he had been in power rather than Biden, Hamas would not have attacked Israel.
I guarantee it. They're scared of Donald J. Trump.
On Iran, which funds
That's why Hamas said they want the fight to end. Even Gaza, some people in Gaza said they need a strong leader like Donald J. Trump. That's literally what they said. They know he's strong.
Pro-Israel policies, remember, naming Jerusalem as Israel's capital, moving the U.S. embassy there from Tel Aviv, a move which basically energized Trump's Christian evangelical base, which is a core Republican voter group. Trump, in fact, has made several statements during the campaign saying that he wants the Gaza war to end. He has had a complex relationship with Netanyahu, but certainly has the ability to apply pressure on him. The question again is, does Trump really want Netanyahu, or does he want peace in West Asia? It's unclear how exactly he would navigate between his desire to show strong support for the Israeli leadership while also trying to bring the war to an end. This is the world today. These are the challenges that Trump, as the next president of the United States of America, faces. So, can he deliver on the promises of ending these wars, is the question. Going straight across now to our correspondents joining us on the broadcast. With me at the moment is Susan Tehrani. Also with me are VOA's Jessica Stone and Patsy Vidikoswara. Coming to you first, Jessica. We've had Trump declaring victory. We've heard his side of what things are looking like. At the moment, a lot of analysis about what worked in his favor, what quite did not work in Harris's favor. But let's just face it, at this point, the issue of the wars coming to an end has been something that's been talked about repeatedly. Trump has made those tall promises. To what extent was the war, the foreign policy, actually a core issue for the voters?
So we don't have a lot of exit polling data on the answer to your question in terms of data, but anecdotally, I can certainly say that there is a current in this country that wants to get rid of the, quote, forever wars. And those people do go for Trump. They have supported him even when they traditionally vote for other parties.
Hey guys, Donald J. Trump has won, and already Hamas is saying they want to end the war. Hi, I am Indian, and like Donald Trump, shout out India. We love you, India. Make sure you guys like and subscribe.
Getting further engaged in Afghanistan and Iraq.
One day after Donald J. Trump elected, they say they want to end the war.
But certainly Trump's brand of
Hamas.
His approach to
one day, just one day.
To new conflicts, as Patsy has pointed out.
Who does India like, Palestine or Israel? Who does India like more? Leave it down below in the poll or the comments.
In the Middle East during his administration. So there is definitely a constituency on the right and potentially on the left or coming to the right for this reason that people in the United States, there is a group of people in the United States that want more money spent domestically and less money spent abroad.
Absolutely, everyone should feel that.
Interesting.
I love Trump I love Israel. Oh, we got multiple Indians in here. How many Indian people do we have in here? Spam the chats if you guys are from India.
I've been working hours where I didn't have a lot of exposure to actual people, but on social media I have seen a wave.
Where are you from, my friends? India?
With the outcome of the election.
Spam the comments. Hit the like and subscribe button.
Profile pictures.
Don't miss out on this crazy travel content that I post. People in India never seen anything like this, guys. Crazy travel content.
People who feel relieved, who feel like the economy can recover.
Bob the Builder. Where are you from, Bob the Builder?
Merciful outcome, and some of those people are really part of the religious right.
Guys, we got at least 2 Indians in here. How many other Indians we got? Trumpo. Trump is going to end the war in Ukraine versus Russia. But right now, Trump is working on the Israel versus Palestine war. He has to work on a lot of things that Biden did before he even gets in the office. So Trump's goal is to end the Israel versus Palestine thing before he even gets in the office. That's Trump's goal.
Across from the White House, and we have not seen violent protests. We have not seen outbreaks. We really didn't see a lot of problems at the polls. We certainly saw some, but evidently.
I don't know how, guys. I had a crazy bad feeling, but somehow, nothing bad went wrong. Trump won this.
Definitive election result with no.
Hit the like and subscribe button, guys. Let's run up the views, guys. Run up the views. Donald J. Trump won this. If you love America, if you love Donald J. Trump, if you love MAGA, hit the like and subscribe button. Comment on my recent videos. Do that all for Donald J. Trump because I'm pushing his message of peace and freedom and American prosperity all across this YouTube channel. So do not miss out on it.
How did the so-called blue wall collapse?
And also I'm doing storytime videos soon, some more, and also travel videos.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
No, we already saw his victory speech. What else do we want to see? Guys, keep running up the comments. We're only at, keep running up the comments and keep running up the likes. We're only at 4 likes, guys. That's a little bit embarrassing. Hamas challenges Trump? No, Hamas just said they want to end it.
Con la función de reproducción de fondo de la app de YouTube Music, puedes reproducir.
Guys, spam the comments who you voted for, who you want for president, if you're happy or if you're sad Trump won. You can't test the big G. You can't shun the big G. Guys, how are you gonna shun a dictator like Trump? He's too strong to be defeated. He's definitely gonna end Taliban. He's a scary guy. You know, I saw a video yesterday of how Taliban reacted to Trump. It was funny. They didn't really care, though. At all. Hit the like and subscribe button, guys. We got Trump in office already. And hopefully Trump is going to end the war in Russia. I mean, I know he's going to stop giving so much damn money away of our taxpayer money of the United States. So hopefully he does that. Hopefully he does do no tax on tips. I doubt he's going to abolish the IRS like he said he wants to, but if he does get rid of a lot of taxes or the IRS, that would be wonderful. But I saw a lot of liberals screaming and crying, wah, Donald J. Trump won, a dictator, authoritarian dictator. Well, name one thing about him that makes him a dictator. Donald J. Trump believes in the separation of powers. What is wrong with you people? Like, what makes you think Donald J. Trump is a dictator? It's like Americans don't even understand what authoritarianism is. Like Kamala Harris, first off, Kamala Harris and Biden literally want to break down your door to give you a search warrant to kill your pet squirrel. Second off, they want to tell you what men can do with their body by sending them to war, to multiple wars. So that's them being a dictator, telling me I got to go to war and I got to give them my taxpayer dollars so they can kill people. That's kind of what a dictator would do. Trump doesn't really want to do any of that. Trump doesn't want to be president forever or have absolute power. Like, he believes in separation of powers. Like, all he wants when it comes to the power stuff is the damn judges and prosecutors to lay off. Hey, man, I have a lot of stalkers. I really don't know which one you are. But shout out you. Thank you for watching my videos. You're not really a stalker. But, yeah, Trump's going to end all those wars. He's going to lower the taxes. At least we got multiple people. You know, we got I'm really excited for Trump, of course. But what's crazier is seeing, like, Elon Musk in office. What Elon does is going to be insane. Like, you guys think that Trump shook the world? Well, Elon will do the same. Like, he's going to shake the world a lot, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you doing, man? Where you coming from? Hit the like and subscribe button. Oh, yeah, RFK, he's going to change that stuff forever, man. Like when RFK gets in the office, I mean, people think he has a brain worm or something, or that's why they're crying, or they're just talking trash about him. Like, bro, honestly, I can know when people have like a mental illness or something wrong going on in their head. He's not 100% perfect, but he's definitely better than Kamala Harris. Yeah, I have a life. It's called I Like to Go Live on YouTube. Do you have a life? You join in my YouTube and leave comments? Yeah, but we're almost monetized on YouTube. So shout out all you guys that are commenting and joining my stuff constantly because we're about to literally get monetized maybe like in a week or so. So shout out you guys, much appreciated. It's all cause all the Trump support and all the people that support Donald J. Trump. But Trump is gonna end the wars in Israel and in Ukraine. I'm nervous about the Epstein list and the Diddy list. I want to see those revealed. Well, why do you think, why are you nervous about the Epstein list? And why are you nervous about the Diddy list? Why would you be nervous about the Epstein and Diddy list unless you're on it? I'm not from the USA, brother, but I'd be happy to see Trump another 2,000 years be president. I mean, who wouldn't? But Trump isn't going to want to be president for longer than 4 years. I mean, it's hard to say if Trump even wants to become president now, like for another 4 years, because he just wants to, like, probably enjoy his riches. But he doesn't want absolute power, and he definitely doesn't want to be president for a third term. That's just crazy. So I don't really understand all this comparing to Hitler, et cetera, et cetera. Nah, Trump isn't that kind of person, man. Out of everybody, I highly doubt Trump. There's people on the list that know Epstein that didn't do anything, right? Like, there's people that know Epstein that didn't do anything. There's people that know Diddy that didn't do anything. So don't judge everyone just like that. Like, there are innocent people out there. Not everyone's a Jeffrey Epstein. Diddy. Some people just powerful people. And sometimes they turn out to be bad. Hell yeah, Donald J. Trump for president. He already won. I guess you're upset Trump won. You probably think he's a dictator. Well, hey, Weston, can you tell me one way that Trump is a dictator or whatever you're trying to say? Because Trump doesn't want absolute power forever. The squirrel would have died under Trump too. It's local law. I don't think you know what you're talking about. Just not old and experienced enough. No, I'm age doesn't matter. You're probably like 60 or 70 years old and you don't know jack shit, no offense. Like, age doesn't always determine knowledge. I've been through a lot of things in my life. Like, if I tell you some things, then you're gonna be like, oh no, I never experienced this, and that. I have experienced it. You probably haven't. But I know it's local law. What I'm saying is, the point is that if Trump was with Elon and all those people, they would change the local law because they're sick of the liberal left. Like, in Texas, it's legal to have a pet squirrel, right? You do realize that, right? The only reason it's illegal and there's a task government force for it in New York is because it's a left-wing society. So they have bullshit government agencies that Elon Musk is going to get rid of. Like, he's going to get rid of that kind of crap. Texas, you can have a pet squirrel. You can have all kinds of different stuff. And you're just upset, Winston, and Flower Power. That's a gay name, Flower Power. So you better either be a woman or, go speak on something you're a little bit educated about. Because obviously, you say local law. You're right about that. But you forgot to mention how it's legal to have a pet squirrel in Texas because Texas believes in freedoms. Absolutely, what am I so sure of? I'm so sure of everything that comes out of my mouth. Trump is not a dictator. Trump is not a Nazi. Trump is not Hitler. There's a damn reason he won the popular vote of this election and everyone voted for him. Like, there's a reason. And you're the average Harris supporter because all you do is cry and talk in comment sections about how you lost. Well, enjoy, because Trump is president. We're going to change America. Look, we're getting all these Harris supporters jumping in and commenting. That's amazing. No, absolutely, there's no point of arguing with me, because no matter what I say, you would vote for Camilla. No matter what I say, you would have voted for Camilla or Biden. This is my hobby, and I get paid off of it. Maybe you guys should get a hobby instead of commenting on people's videos if you're that bored. I mean, I'm just putting out the obvious that Trump isn't a dictator, anything like Hitler, and he won. Shout out you if you voted for Trump. You know, funny enough, all you liberals and Democrats said you were going to leave the country if Trump won. Okay, leave. I'm not even inside the country right now, and I'm glad Trump won, because he's going to affect the whole world positively. People got tired of the story of the bad wolf and the little red Riding Hood Kamala. I'm glad Trump won. Our country isn't doomed. Yeah, see, all you liberals are real silent now. Keep on crying that Donald J. Trump won this. Like, guys, Peanut the squirrel died because of big government liberal left governments. Big left liberal government agencies killed an animal like Peanut. I mean, I'm being respectful to you. Like, I'm being respectful to you, Winston. Like, this is absolute pure positivity and good vibes. Like, I love everyone. It doesn't really matter if you're a Harris supporter, a Trump supporter. Like, we're all people, but we don't need to cry. Like I told you guys the day before the election, I'm not going to cry if Harris wins. I'm not going to have a mental breakdown like the liberals do, because, like, I don't do that. They're not going to change your life. Like, they're not going to give you $1 million in a Ferrari if Harris wins. So why would you cry if Harris lost? She wasn't going to give you $1 million in a Ferrari. Neither was Trump. Like, it's not that big a deal. Obviously, I wanted Trump for economic reasons, and it was pretty much going to be the end of conservativeness forever if, Harris won. But I mean, yeah, that's because they cheated. They cheated this time on the election too. But Harris was so bad, even with her cheated, fraudulent votes, she still couldn't win. Like, that's the unfortunate part. Imagine having no voter ID in 13 states. You don't need anything to vote, and somehow you still lose the election. Like, isn't that the No, I mean, good vibes even if you don't agree with me. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say that, Winston, but you keep getting upset, but it's cool. If you don't believe there's cheating on the election, then you're delusional. There's absolutely cheating on both sides, but it just happens that there's more cheating on Harris's side because everyone knows that you can. Absolutely, I still think we got cheated. Even with all the celebrity friends, she still lost. I wouldn't even call those friends, though, because friends you don't have to pay. Trump didn't have to pay Elon. I mean, Winston, name one thing that you liked about Kamala. I mean, I just explained to you how it was fraudulent. 13 states, no voter ID required, no ID required at all. If you show them their ID, they're almost disgusted. Lol, you're being respectful, but refuse to pronounce Camilla's name correctly. Okay, you voted for Dumpty Dumpty because of the economy. Well, I'm not trying to disrespect her or say her name wrong. I'll call her Miss Harris. But honestly, look at her videos. She pronounced her name 1,000,000 times different. They are not consumer taxes. You don't know what a tariff is. Please explain. What do you want me to explain? I missed it. No, how am I wrong? You guys are wrong. Just saying I'm wrong doesn't mean I'm wrong. You got to prove it. Geopolitics? You've never left your city, buddy. You've never left your city. What do you know about geopolitics? When you leave the country or leave your city, Winston, then you can tell me about geopolitics. I've been in the stock market for over 10 years. You don't even have a stock market account. You don't even have a 401k with the crappy job you work. So, you couldn't even name one reason why you wanted Harris. Just take the win. We have to be on the same side now. There's no reason to have this conversation anymore. Absolutely. I know I'm just messing with people because the more I mess with them, the more they just sit here and watch me. So it's cool with me. Trump is back. Trump stands for godly policies. Hillbilly projection. That's all you can say. That's all you Kamala Harris supporters can say. Hillbilly and Nazi. That just shows your personality. All you can say is insults that the mainstream media told you to use. At least you could be creative. Call me ugly or something. I explained the fraud part. 13 states with no voter ID needed. I can show proof. Google it. They said it themselves. No voter ID needed. I mean, I guess you're feeding the quote-unquote narcissism then. Winston is having a mental meltdown. Hillbilly is more accurate. Yeah, I'm not a hillbilly. I am from the deep south, but I guess everyone that didn't vote for Harris is trash. Long live Trump. America will be great again. Yep, Trump, that's the best. Go, kid. We need Trump. Stop dividing and start connecting. Absolutely, I'm trying to connect. Love from India. It's a good hat that Trump is back. An important tax is passed on to the consumers. Also, trading bitcoins isn't being in the stock market. Well, I don't really trade bitcoins. I just buy Bitcoin and hold on to it. And also, yeah, I own stocks, so you know. You sound like penguins. Actually, man, I really appreciate you, man. That guy is my role model. I had to screenshot that if you heard that. No, I'm just kidding. He's not my role model, but he's a pretty cool guy. No, you just take your takes. You're still a person at the end of the day. I mean, not according to Harris, I'm trash. These Kamala supporters are different. Absolutely. They're all crying. Trump will make a big difference with bitcoins. Google it. I mean, it was all over the news. You don't need an ID in 13 states to vote, buddy. All over news, all over everywhere. Even if I showed you, you would just tell me it's fake news. So you Google it on your free time. No, I'm not the victim. No one is the victim. In fact, I'm the victor, not the victim. We won. You guys are the victims because you lost so badly in a landslide election, even after you cheated. So I guess that makes you guys the victim. Well, what evidence do I need to prove? Trump won. I don't have any more evidence to show. I don't need to convince any more people to vote for Trump. I've already been doing that for the last few months on here. And also, the stock market went up 10% when Trump won. So what are you so upset about? I guess you don't have any investments. Oh yeah, you should be scared of the U.S. education system, Winston, because if you have any kids, they're probably going to tell your kids to chop off their penis and become trans. So don't let your kids go to public school. It's really, really bad. Camilla is the worst, bro. I know that, and also she lost. She wanted to open the border. Well, she flip-flopped a lot. Where did the 20 million votes? A lot of copium. A lot of copium, sir. A lot of copium in here. Well, stocks did just go up 10% yesterday. Just from Trump's win. Putin helped Trump? What are you asking about? The typical Republican fear-mongering. How did I fear-monger? Vote buying, also referred to electoral client system, occurs when a political party or candidate distributes money or resources in an upcoming election. I'm not doing any fear mongering, buddy. What other facts do we need to know? 23 million illegals came in, rapists and murderers. Does that upset you guys? I guess not. I look around my neighborhood and I see absolute nothing you say is destroying in America. Okay, that's a great point. A lot of Democrat supporters do the same thing. They look around their neighborhood, they see absolutely nothing. You want to know why? Because you're in a rich, white, middle class neighborhood. If you don't see the problems in America in your neighborhood, then go to the suburban communities. Get in your car, drive downtown. You'll see a million fentanyl addicts, a million crackheads, a million illegal immigrants and rapists and killers. So please take your pistol with you when you go to your local downtown community. Because I would. Didn't Putin endorse Camilla? Great job, man. Stay on these nutty left liberals. 100%, man. They can't keep me down. I'm cooking them up in here. Yes, you did, fearmonger. What did I say? What did I say that's fear-mongering? That's not true. You live in Detroit. Detroit is a crap hole. Then go to downtown Detroit. Maybe you live in the suburbs or something. But there's serious issues in Detroit. Trust me. I know it. Liar, liar, fearmonger. Yeah, I've been around the country more than you have. No, my channel won't die because of people like you keep commenting even after we got the president. You wish my channel would die. Bear Jr., you must live in the northern white gated area. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly where the Harris supporters live. They live off daddy's money in the north white gated area. How would Putin benefit? Trust me, bro. No, you don't, liar. I live in Detroit and it's perfectly fine. You're a liar. Exactly, so they deny it because it unravels their inconsistencies. What's your bias for the NASDAQ today? Well, historically, after the election, the market skyrockets. Even if Harris wins, it was going to skyrocket probably. But if you want to see specific stock market moves and details like that, I have a Discord. It's in my bio free. There's bankers, there's big investors, bankers, business owners in the Discord. Anyone can join, even if you're a Harris supporter. I'm not racist, buddy. I did a whole podcast with some black people, so check that out. Absolutely, you're boosting my ego. Bro, Winston is a 10-year-old. Dude, I'm living in a black area. I've been shot twice. Come here to the deep south. I'm from the deep south, from Florida. Bear is privileged and doesn't even realize it. How surprising. Don't give his BS anymore your time. Bro reads like a 10-year-old. Well, maybe when you get 1,000 comments on your video, you can read through the comments how you want. But until that happens, Winston, you can keep reading like a 7-year-old. They're just crying in their woke Cheerios. I want to join. Tell Winston to shut up. He's saying BS because he's been shot. No, I don't think Winston is the guy that's got shot. Enjoy your day, dude. I'm white but still African. Shout out the white Africans. Shout out my South Africans. Bye, Felicia. Oh, wicked comeback, little dude. Oh no, I already cooked you up and served you fried, so I really don't need to make any more insults to you. But Donald J. Trump won. How do you feel about that, Winston? That's the biggest insult to your life. You cry about that all day. Don't you want to make like a TikTok video of you crying over it? That way, you know, like people can see how much of a baby you are. Winston cringe. Is he bringing peace? Absolutely. Donald Trump is bringing peace. He is going to, you know, Hamas is already saying they want to end the war, like one day after Trump won. But I don't know how these people feel about that when Trump just wants to bring peace. Make America great again. Let's go, Trump. Yeah, how do they feel about this? He is not even sworn in yet, and these people are melting like from Wizard of Oz. Weep for us, libs. We need hydration after these 4 stupid years. Absolutely. Weep for us, libs. We need hydration after these 4 years. Camilla would have gave them money. Yeah, absolutely. Trump wants to end the war. They want to end the war after seeing Donald Trump in there. I'm from Germany, and our political situation over here is an absolute freak show. Now, don't say I'm a Nazi or anything, Germany, but I do believe you guys should get the right-wing party over there, from what I've been seeing. Camilla would have gotten us drafted and shot by them. Tell Winston to shut up and leave, or please just ban him. Well, this is an open speech platform, free speech channel. So on this channel, guys, I do not ban anyone or stop their speech in any way unless they're just completely crossing the lines. Like, not even if they threaten me or leave something like crazy like that. I really won't. I'm not going to delete your comment. We can't resort to the leftist tactics. Absolutely. I don't believe in censoring people on here. Only if it's like someone I really don't like in real life would I ban them from commenting. But if it's just someone that I never met before, no, I really don't care. In that case, you can comment as much as you want. So let's check out some more videos from Donald J. Trump winning, you know, just to piss Winston off. Let's type in Trump, see what we get.
The lowest regulatory burden and free access to the best and biggest market on the planet Earth, but only if you make your product here in America and hire American workers for the job.
Is Winston crying? Where are all the liberal tears? This man won.
I was in Georgia, where we're leading also, by the way. That's nice.
Should we actually, yeah, we should actually look up a video just commemorating some of the liberal tears. Oh, I'll play it again. I'll play the video again. I'll make it louder. Oh yeah, let's play this, guys. This is you guys are gonna like this. Give it a second. Yeah, let's piss off Winston. Go Trump. I think Winston left, or he's crying because his favorite candidate lost. But hit the like and subscribe button. I think we should be getting monetized next week, guys. All because of Winston. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's time for change. Donald Trump is our future. Donald Trump is the person who's going to take us back up to where we used to be. When we had money, when we had everything. And he's going to shut down the border.
He probably ran to his daddies to tell people he's getting bullied on the internet. Absolutely.
Which we need it really bad. The economy is going to get back up. And here we are supporting him forever.
I'm going to go home frustrated and a little still like
Cry.
confused because I feel like I saw Kamala Harris come in our town and like cause traffic jams every
She
single week.
bull
Pittsburgh was
crap.
like the
She did
main place. They were
not.
like 5 minutes from my house, and it's like, yeah, you got that area blue.
I did not expect it at all, and to be honest, like going into the election and this whole election cycle, I wasn't sure I was wanting to vote for President Trump. It was a very tumultuous process, but seeing the campaigning and seeing how Harris's policies.
He's gay, if you guys didn't notice.
Seeing Biden drop and seeing that, really unsteady process, I realized that this was probably the best choice. I didn't think this would be the result, but I'm happy it was, and I'm happy we got to it quickly.
So I do not believe that the Democratic Party
He's gay as well.
is capable of leading the United States into a major conflict, and I believe that's what we're headed to. Because of this administration in large part. So if given the choice between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, who's going to lead the military in what could be World War III, I have to tip my hat to Donald Trump in that regard. The other one would be immigration. I'm married to an immigrant. We went through the legal process, cost us thousands of dollars, and took many years to do. I don't think it's fair for anyone to cross the southern border and get some path to citizenship. And it's not a race thing, because I don't care if you're coming from China, Ukraine, what you look like. I don't care. You're more than welcome to come here, but you have to do it the right way.
I've been watching this for 3.5 years. Everything that this man went through, what his families went through, and just to wake up today, I found such peace. Such peace. I had to be here. I didn't sleep at all last night. One week, I watched it all on TV, and then I came here to watch the sun come up.
Good things are coming. Good things are coming. Whether you voted for him or not, you'll see a change in this country. And hopefully the world. I just don't want to.
Trump is a natural born leader. When you lead a team to $1 billion company, $1 billion business, you get it out of the mud from bankruptcy to $1 billion business with your team. That's a true leadership. Like a natural born leader. And not only that, Trump already led the U.S. Army. He was already president. What do you mean, what does Trump know about leading soldiers? He's going to lead us out of war, not into war. We literally got a Marxist socialist commenting that on my page. Do you think anyone's going to take you seriously? Like, you got to be joking.
We all have a part to play. This election was lost months ago when people didn't register or didn't have the information or have access to good information. So, it's all of us. It's not just Trump. It's everyone.
Sometimes it doesn't feel good, right? But I'm a black.
Trump is not disgusting. Trump is amazing.
The struggle is always here.
They'll say, oh no, Biden and Harris caused the war to end. No, Biden, Harris, they did the war. That's what they'll say.
It's all the same to me. Things might change, but things might not change. Who knows?
And I was relieved. It's what I wanted. I voted for Trump, so I'm happy with the results. And I just want it back to what had happened 4 years ago with him. And I just think it's just going to be better. I mean, even the Dow is showing that it's,
the stock market.
We're doing well with the Dow this morning with the results, so I think it's great.
It's not safe for us right now, especially in Arizona. We're on the border. We've always had discrimination. People just think that they're protected in ways they can discriminate against the Hispanic community, and this is from legal standing Hispanics. If the immigrants are getting all these things, if we get rid of them, they'll give them to us, and then it's on me and my friends, other Latinos, to tell them, no, they're gonna take their stuff away and take our stuff away.
I was excited for the news. I'm the type, I'm not, I'll say overly invested in which candidate wins or loses. Honestly, my authority is way above either candidate. But no, I was happy. I think that it's ultimately good for our country.
Así de rápido descubres cuánto vale tu coche en compramostucoche.es. Te lo enseño. ¿Antonio Lobato? ¿Quieres saber cuánto vale tu coche? Claro. En compramostucoche.es consigues la mejor oferta. Fácil, rápido, online. Mi recomendación. Consigue ahora tu
Guys,
oferta.
Donald J. Trump for the win. Let's see something about Trump and stocks. Let's look up Trump and stocks, guys. See what happens. 5 stocks to buy after
The
Trump
stock market
winning.
is booming today after Donald Trump was reelected to be the 47th president of the United States. My combined portfolio is up 4.5% and that is being led by stocks like Tesla, which is up 14.8%. My dividend growth portfolio is up 2.2% and the S&P 500 is up 2.2%. So the stock market is reacting very well to a Trump presidency, and you even have Bitcoin up 8% on the day. So in this video, I'm going to share the top 5 stocks that will benefit from a Trump presidency. I'll explain the logic behind my picks and even do a brief stock analysis. But first, let's take a step back and look at the big picture. I did a full election prediction video and outlined how I think about investing going into an election. And I want to reiterate the main point of that video. You should not let politics impact your investing strategy. If your candidate did not win, and even if you disagree with what you hypothetically think their agenda may be, you still need to intelligently invest for your future. And fundamentally, you need to focus on increasing your own income and intelligently investing that money to grow over time. This does not change no matter who's in office. You have the most control over
Let's go, America. Proud of you.
investing,
Shout out to Canada Cowboy. Welcome back, sir. Donald J. Trump won this. The liberals are crying. Harris supporters are crying. We got Tesla stock, Microsoft. What else do we think will do good under Trump? Apple stock. He's showing us everything.
Have real impacts on the economy and the world. As I mentioned in my election prediction video, Donald Trump's policies have a lot of positive impacts. For example, lower corporate taxes and deregulation boost corporate profits. And as we all know, over the long term, the stock price reflects the earning power of a business. So increased earnings is likely to drive up a stock price. I would also like to mention that in that election special video, I basically predicted exactly what would happen in the election. I said that Trump was likely to win all the swing states and had the potential to win the
Guys,
vote,
I literally voted every single state.
Try and keep the politics out of it so that
correct
if you're
for
pro-Trump or pro-Kamala or just anti-Trump, you'll still be able to take away some value. So please do your best to be civil and respectful. In
Trump believes in getting the troops out of the Middle East and Afghanistan, but he wanted to do it correctly. Not like Biden did, leaving billions and trillions, maybe trillions dollars worth of equipment. Donald J. Trump won. If you want to go to a Marxist socialist country, then leave the USA. Good sir, you do not belong in the USA. You are a Marxist and a socialist, as your name says. This is Wall Street money. If you're a Marxism, eat this. Eat this capitalism, you Marxist communist. This is the Trump world.
My name is Zach.
Incorrect. Trump did not start the process. It was all done under Biden. Very quickly under Biden, in about 2 months. 3 months. Maybe even quicker. A lot quicker, actually. I don't know the exact time dates, but it was quick. It was too quick.
Keep it trained to help you analyze stocks. You can learn about business models, identify key metrics, write investment reports, summarize earnings.
This is key investments under Donald J. Trump. Pay attention and stop talking about Marxism and socialism.
50% off.
Get your money up.
Data.com. Just use the promo code AI at checkout and you can get 50% off.
Trudeau, you're next. Get that garbage out of here.
So the
Hell
number one
yeah.
stock I think will benefit during a Trump presidency
Make Canada great again.
Tesla. And the market seems to think so as well because they're up 14.7%. But the real question is why? On the surface level, there's the fact that Elon was vocally supporting Trump, and the Democratic Party has basically grown to hate him. So there was a lot of downside risk of political retribution against Elon Musk's companies, and now that risk has been eliminated. But that's really just the surface level, and I think there are some real policies that will benefit Tesla as a company and increase their earnings over time. First off, it should be noted that many of these things may not happen or will look different when they do happen. But while Trump was running, he had key proposals that would impact Tesla both negatively and positively. And here are a few. You had a lower corporate tax rate of 15% for companies that manufacture their products in the United States. How does that impact Tesla? Well, they are one of the largest U.S. manufacturers. They have factories across Texas, Nevada, and California. Trump even had specific proposals around the car industry. That includes tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles and really any car manufacturer manufactured outside of the United States, particularly in Mexico. And the entire point of this policy is to incentivize factories and jobs to stay and be built in the United States. And this has already happened. Tesla was long planning to build a new car factory in Mexico, but they
Trump will
halted that last year
incentivize
when it
that.
seemed like Trump might win. And instead, they will likely just continue building more production in the United States over the coming years. And what's interesting about Trump's policies is they're actually aimed to help traditional car companies. For example,
It's so funny seeing the woke lose their mind to Donald J. Trump's win.
Massive amounts of money on their electric, so their transition to electric has been very bad economically.
Well, go cry about it in the UK.
Profitable vehicle to an unprofitable one, and this is a little bit of that innovator's dilemma that happens in many different industries. Trump has also voiced getting rid of the electrical vehicle tax credit, and you would think that that is a negative for Tesla until you start to think about the competitive landscape more broadly. Tesla is the only profitable electric car maker, and they have the highest margins in the automotive industry outside of niche luxury cars like Ferrari. And over the past few years, Tesla has continued lowering the
Donald J.
prices of
Trump is
vehicles
not
to
a
save
dictator,
domestic
guys.
manufacturing and
He doesn't
squeeze
believe in
out
absolute
costs.
power.
So
He only
Tesla is
wants
actually
4
not
years in
relying on this tax
presidency.
credit at all
He just wants to
anymore, and their
fake
vehicles
false
are
charges to be
completely priced
dropped,
to even
non-violent
last year. So then you
charges.
have competitors
But
like
you liberals
Rivian
can
who are
lose your
losing
mind
massive
as much
amounts
as
of
you
money on
want.
every
Donald
single
J.
car
Trump,
sold, while
Elon
having
Musk,
much more
RFK,
expensive
and Tulsi
vehicles
Gabbard
than
are
any of
all
the
in
traditional
office. So
automakers
go
with
cry about it.
unprofitable and higher cost electric
But
vehicles.
we have
So I
to
think
love each other now. The
the
election is over. Peace and
actually
love.
maintains and even grows their market share in the electrical vehicle market. And Trump had some other car-specific policies he was proposing. For example, he proposed allowing the interest on car payments to be deductible to an individual's taxes, and this would help make vehicles a little more affordable and induce demand. And for the legacy automakers, I think this will help put them in a better financial position, but these really have been bad investments for decades. They are no-growth, low-margin companies. In contrast, Tesla is a high-growth, high-margin company, and they have a much broader product portfolio across various technologies. So even if only
Invest
a
in
portion of these Trump
Tesla,
policies come
Marxist,
to
the
fruition,
socialist.
Tesla is likely to grow at a high rate into the future. They were already expecting 20 to 30% vehicle
Thank
growth
God
next
he's
year,
good friends
and it's
with
important
Putin. He can tell him
reiterate
to
that
end the
they are
war.
only profitable electric vehicle maker. But of course, if you follow Tesla, you know that they are a much broader technology company, and it's not entirely about vehicle volume. Another big part is self-driving and AI. And now we're getting into a little more speculative territory, but I think it's very likely Tesla will face way less roadblocks on the rollout of full self-driving over the next few years. And I think quite possibly his relationship with Trump may lead to a federal approval across the United States. Of course, once it has clear and obvious safety testing. And the 5-year bull case for Tesla is all around self-driving and AI. So let's move off of Tesla. Another stock which is up big in my portfolio today is Visa, ticker symbol V.
Visa!
4.2% on the day. And this one is getting a little bit of a bump, maybe not for what Trump would do, but for what he wouldn't do. I covered in a video a couple months ago about a DOJ lawsuit against Visa. That lawsuit, if carried out, could have the potential to lead to various fines on the company. Go back and watch my entire video if you want my thoughts on that. But that was from the Biden-Harris administration. And now that Department of Justice will no longer be in power. So it's safe to assume that lawsuit will go away. And what that means is Visa will continue its track record of growth. The company has a major tailwind behind it as the world has transitioned to digital payments over the past few decades. That trend only continues. Visa is an incredibly high margin business.
I mean, what do you want me to say? It's true. I mean, that's literally the worst thing that you could be. What else do you want me to call you? You're self-described.
Compound annual growth rate. And that is the same for free cash flow per share. Visa is a dividend growth machine with a 17.2% 10-year compound annual growth rate. The most recent dividend increase was
Guys, Nancy Pelosi, the best liberal Democrat stock picker, she is not a Marxist, she's not a communist, but she's still a liberal. And she's back in office, picking stocks and getting richer. She's about to be in office, and you guys are already crying about it in the comments.
And return of capital
XRP Army, XRP Army.
Stock repurchase program. In this example, Visa is not a company benefiting from a president's policies, but really benefiting from the lack of negative policies towards it. And in that exact same spirit, I'll do an honorable mention for Alphabet, ticker symbol GOOGL. And if you've been following the news, then you know that Alphabet is under investigation by the FTC, alleging that they are a monopoly. Now, what's interesting is that this started in the Trump administration, but for vastly different reasons, moreover censorship of technology.
We
companies,
power
and
up.
that continued
When
during
Donald
the
J.
Biden-Harris
Trump wins, our
administration.
money
And
and
the
our
UFTC
crypto
chair,
bags,
Lena
we
Khan,
power
she
up,
brought forward a
guys.
view to
To the
deconstruct these
moon.
companies and break up the big
Elon
tech
Musk
companies.
to
So
the
with Google,
moon.
it's less clear what's going to happen with them in the future, but they're still up 3.78% on the day. For stock number 3, I have Snap-on Incorporated, ticker symbol SNA.
I love to see what happens to
And the
you
reason
liberals
is that
when
this is
Donald
an
Trump gets
industrial
in.
company which manufactures a lot of their products in the United States. And it has a
Inflation, I'm already
pre-existing
crying
track
over
record as a
inflation
company
under
with
Biden and
reliable
Harris.
high
That's what
earnings
Marxism
growth
and socialism
reliable
is.
high dividend growth as well. The 5-year compound annual growth rate of the dividend is 14.38%, and that's high growth with a 2.11%
It couldn't possibly be any worse than the inflation we're already experiencing.
Sustainable at a 35% payout ratio. This is really quite impressive.
I'm
Snap-on
fine
is a
with a
company
sales
that's
tax
already
increase
looking
if
at adding to
Donald
their
Trump
portfolio.
abolishes the
Which only goes back to a
IRS
core point I
and
mentioned
ends the
at
Marxism and the
beginning of the video.
socialism in
You
this
should not be
country.
entirely altering your investing strategy based on who wins the presidency. A great company is a great company, so you need to make sure you have that part of the analysis correct no matter who's president. But Trump's policies may benefit companies like Snap-on. That's why the stock is up 5.5% today. They could potentially get that lower 15% tax rate for manufacturing in the United States. Also, they are a big tool and industrial company, so they'll benefit from a lot of industrial manufacturing and spend. So
Yeah,
potentially
I
more
understand.
protectionist economic policy
When
around
there's no
vital industries
IRS,
may help companies
things
like
will be a little bit
Snap-on
more
and their
expensive. But
customers.
overall,
I've been
for
looking at
me,
buying Snap-on
I'm
for my
fine.
portfolio over the past few weeks. And
Because
over the short
there
term,
will
I'm
be
able
no
to still hold as the stock
taxes.
has gone up a good bit. But I do think over the long
Buy
run, there may be
aerospace and
opportunity to buy
defense
into this
stocks,
company
energy
again.
and
And on the
oil.
surface level, we have
Honestly, I
another
think
industry which is
oil
supposed
stocks
to
will go
benefit
down,
from
but
Trump's
maybe I'm
policies,
wrong.
which would be
No, I'm
oil
not
and gas.
racist.
However, I think this is a lot less clear which companies will benefit. As you know, Trump has been going
Join a
around
stock
with the
market group,
drill, baby,
Ashton.
drill
Cruz,
slogan.
we got
So
a
good
stock
for his
market group
policies,
completely
increasing oil
free.
and gas
Link in
production
bio,
and
bankers,
energy more
investors,
broadly.
all
And that
kinds of
includes
smart
improving new
people.
sites
Not
like
so much of
ANWR
these
in
liberal
Alaska.
guys that
So
are in the
there's no doubt
comments.
that at
There's
least
more
the
intelligent people.
aspiration is to
If you want
increase
to join the
energy
Discord, the
production,
link is free
which
in
will
bio.
lower costs for Americans.
Licensed
Lower
bankers and
energy
financial
costs is not
advisors.
the best for many
And
energy
let's abolish the
stocks. They've actually
IRS
benefited
and abolish
massively from
Marxism
high
and
oil
socialism
prices
like this
over the
guy.
past few years,
Just the
raking in
last liberal,
crazy
just
money
like you,
during
buddy, they said
2022,
Trump wouldn't
and
become
currently we're
president,
still
and
at
look what
very
happened. So I
profitable
would
levels around
close your mouth
$70
before
a
you
barrel.
speak.
And we can just take a look at Exxon stock for one example of that. They had
Let's go
massive
back though.
earnings
He
per
was
share
talking
on
some
the
good
high
points.
oil prices over the past few years, raking in crazy money during 2022, and currently we're still at very profitable levels around $70 a barrel. And we can just take a look at Exxon stock for one example of that. They had massive earnings per share during 2022, and they're still operating at very profitable levels. However, if you were to drive down oil and gas prices further, that would no doubt impact their earnings. So that would lower their margins.
You are
But the flip
absolutely a
side is that
socialist.
increased production might increase overall
You
revenue.
voted for
If you look
Harris.
at
You're
ExxonMobil
a socialist,
historically,
sir. It's
their
not a
revenue is
nickname. It's your
actually
actual
not
legal
really
government
at
name.
all-time high levels. So these oil producers will likely do fine, and there actually could potentially be a short-term buying opportunity sometime in the next 4 years if oil prices were to dip very low at one point. Profitability and margins may go down, but revenues will likely go up, and the overall importance and security of the industry will increase. And this 2020 view that oil and gas were going to go away will become further and farther in the back mirror. That was obviously wrong then, and I used it as a massive buying opportunity. But I would not be buying
Ginger,
oil and gas
stay in Preston,
producers
buddy.
right
No
now.
need to come
So I'll
over
give
in
two
U.S.
other examples of how
politics
I would play the oil
when
and
Trump
gas
actually
over the next
helps
4 years.
the
One, I
UK
would
far
look
more
towards
than
natural gas and
liberals.
pipeline companies, 'cause
Yeah,
they get
buddy,
paid for
enjoy the
transporting it,
Pakistanians and the
price of
Indians and all the
commodity, whether
illegals
it's
coming
oil or
into
natural gas,
the
does not
UK
matter
because that's not
this
going to be
much.
happening
Also,
in the
planning
US
and regulation
anymore.
will likely lead to many more projects and constructions over the next few years. So there's potential for
Well,
more
if you're a
pipelines if
Harris
you keep your
supporter
eye
and you're
on
not a
it.
socialist, I think you're very misinformed.
And I would have to do a lot
If
more
you're
digging and research to really find what the best opportunity would be. So I asked my AI tool about what some of the best US natural gas stocks could be, and I filtered by dividend payers with over a 1% yield. And of course you have ExxonMobil and Chevron, which are both oil and gas companies. And then you have pipeline companies companies like I mentioned, like EPD. Other notable ones would be Energy Transfer, which currently has a 7.81% dividend yield, but it should be noted that they have a less consistent dividend track record, and they do not consistently increase it on an annual basis. You have other companies like Kinder Morgan, ticker symbol KM.
Marx is a little bit bigger, so he can't really get up to deliver food.
Pipeline companies. And aside from that, I would play the oil and gas sector from actually more of a land rights and royalties perspective. Texas Pacific Land Corporation, ticker symbol TPL, is a great stock I've had on my watch list for a very long time, and they boomed 6.23% today. And this is a really interesting company. They basically own a ton of land and natural resources in Texas. Their land and resource management segment manages approximately 880,000 acres of land, and they hold royalty interests in oil and gas production. So any oil and gas generated from their land, they get royalties on. And the reason why that is